The new bill introduced to the state Senate will allow handguns in all places of worship unless specifically prohibited by signage. Meanwhile, here at Memorial Road Church of Christ, they've always been allowed. Here on my phone, the current temperature is reading a comfortable 76 degrees. But to prove to you how quickly a car can heat up, I put a thermometer inside my car about 15 minutes ago. And already it's registering at about 103 degrees. Some tragic news to share this morning. An Oklahoma Christian junior took his own life in the Wilson West dorm halls late last night. A pothole ignored for so long, it finally took a viral Twitter thread to get campus officials to fill it in. Bowling contacted campus police about the break-in, but was told that the security cameras in the outer parking lots on campus are rarely filming. Classes are now allowed to be held in person as long as certain safety protocols are followed, like disinfecting all tables and moving students 6 feet apart. This may look like an empty parking lot right now, but pretty soon in this very spot, hundreds of OC graduates will receive their diplomas as COVID regulations forces the ceremony to be outside. Ask any Oklahoma Christian student and you'll most likely hear the same thing.
I just now registered to vote.
Thanks to efforts by the Black Student Union to increase the number of registered voters on campus.
Considering the presidential election, which is coming up next year, we just wanted to make sure that everyone had at least an opportunity to register to vote at a big venue like a basketball game.
With pizza, games, and music, the BSU drew a crowd outside a basketball game and registered students to vote in the upcoming presidential election.
It was actually very convenient for us because it's here and just because the elections are coming up.
Yeah, the school promoted it really well, so it's just really easy access, and it's something I've wanted to do, so it's really convenient.
The Black Student Union says they encourage people to vote, no matter their political party.
We're not necessarily affiliated with a certain political party. We just want to make sure that we engage students to be active citizens, and that's just one of our mission points as the Black Student Union.
Voter turnout in college-age demographics is at an all-time high. Tufts University reports that the number of youth registered to vote rose 10% from the 2014 midterm election to the 2018 midterm, and it's projected the number will only grow coming into this presidential election.
Our generation is gonna reap what we sow, so whatever we choose right now is we're gonna experience the effects of it.
While it's easy to get sucked into a bubble in college, the BSU encourages students to engage in the outside world.
Especially as college students, we have an opportunity to engage in our larger community and in the national community as well.
Even if it means getting off your phone and into the voting booth.
We can tweet or talk about it all day, but if we don't do anything, then we're not gonna make a change.
I think it's important because we were given that right and a lot of people worked for that right, and if we don't take advantage of it, we're kind of just sitting back and kind of letting everything play out without having an active voice, and something that's actually really important.
So before election season comes around, take the advice of these Eagles.
Go vote. Go Eagles.
Reporting for Eagle Angle, I'm Becca Kashorek. Fired within the hour after making juniors at Harding Charter Preparatory High School line up first by the color of their skin and then by the texture of their hair.
And he said, all right, I want the darkest in the front and the lightest in the back.
It didn't take long to realize this was not a normal icebreaker activity. Cedric Sunray, a recruiter for Oklahoma Christian, visited Harding Charter Preparatory School and had the students separate by the color of their skin. Harding Prep's principal Steven Stefanik contacted Oklahoma Christian's administration, and Sunray was fired within the hour.
He never explained the actual value of the activity. He just told us to get up in lines and follow directions. I was like, okay.
The president of Oklahoma Christian, John DeSteiger, apologized to Harding Charter Prep on Monday.
I'm embarrassed, and I'm ashamed, and I am mad at what happened.
Officials at the university say Sunray was under investigation for using the same racially based icebreaker game on Oklahoma Christian's campus on February 13th.
This recruiter should have been sidelined. He should not have been going out and making presentations during the investigation.
Sunray released an official response to the Christian Chronicle claiming he had performed the activity 87 times before Harding Prep's presentation. He went on to call his teaching methods, quote, unorthodox, humorous, challenging, and most importantly, necessary, end quote. When questioned on how OC will change their hiring process, President DeSteiger promised that Oklahoma Christian will create mandatory cultural training for all employees in the future.
We are going to institute mandatory training that I think will be very beneficial for all of our staff members and faculty members as well.
Despite these promises, many students shared their feelings towards Oklahoma Christian have changed since the incident with Sunray. Some had even considered OC as a potential university for after graduation, but not anymore.
That makes me rethink my whole purpose of wanting to apply to that college.